Well, they got nearly no notice they were losing their jobs. Now they say they're not leaving.
This is that they've occupied for a day and a half now.
The plan, so
Yesterday, the president-elect was asked about a group of workers
which is laying off people, and they're very angry.
This factory has become a focal point of popular frustration.
Next week's city council meeting, my colleagues and I will be introducing an ordinance.
When it comes to the situation here in Chicago with the workers who are asking for the benefits and payments that they have earned, I think they're absolutely right.
What we did here is what we would normally do when a UE local is confronted by a situation like this, which is to get the best thinking together of the staff, officers, both from the region and the national, as well as, of course, the leadership of the local. There was a lot of strategic thinking that went into making this work.
The workers started to mobilize themselves and organize to respond to whatever may happen. There was a great deal of uncertainty, and I would say just people were very nervous and anxious because we weren't sure what was going to happen. We knew something bad was going to happen. And we were debating, well, they're probably going to close abruptly. I mean, what else could they be doing here? And that's when Mark started bringing up the idea of occupation, and Armando brought it up to the executive board. That discussion led to about 30 people making the commitment to actually be arrested if they needed to be, maybe even chain themselves to machinery in the plant. As it turned out, we didn't need to go to that extreme because there was just such overwhelming solidarity among the workers at that point. We just took the factory, and management just didn't want to mess with us. They were afraid.
when we was meeting with them, the company spokesman for the company said that, well, the reason that they closed down because was Bank of America wouldn't give them a line of credit. From what I understood, they asked twice. They asked the first time for a line of credit so they could keep the plant open until after the holidays, and Bank of America turned them down. All right, so they went again, from understanding, maybe about 2-3 days later, they wanted to say, well, give us a line of credit so we could pay the workers under the Warren Act, which the bank said no again. So then that's what the company said that that's why they went on and closed up.
Pero en cuanto yo estuve mirando la forma de ellos de trabajar,
but the way that the management was acting was just so cold, and it was horrible.
Nos dicen que chequemos los documentos y que nos podíamos ir de ahí.
They said, here are your documents, make sure you have all your papers, and then you can go.
Nos dieron aproximadamente alrededor de una hora.
They gave us like an hour, more or less.
Y vinieron y nos dijeron, ya queremos que
they came and said, okay, time, you have your papers, now go.
Ahí fue cuando dijimos, nosotros no nos vamos.
That's when we said, no, we're not leaving.
Aquí nos vamos a quedar.
This is where we're staying.
So we decided, we just said, well, hey, we're going to stay here until, y'all give us some better answers than this. So they said we had to get out at a certain amount of time or something. But anyway, we did not leave. We didn't leave. We had people, we said, look, they're going to try to get us up out of here. Just walk around the plant, just walk around the plant, just scatter all around the plant. So, we're going to make it difficult for them to get us up out of here.
It wasn't a typical plant closing. So some reporters had known that at 10 o'clock this thing would be closing, and then there'd be the opportunity to interview workers who were laid off, and so there was already some some representatives from the media there to cover this story. You know, they had no idea, of course, about the question of an occupation.
And a portion of the press came out and covered it, and then as it became clear that it was going to continue on through the weekend, then it created even more interest. But we also reached out to key political allies that we already had, as well as to key labor allies who understood the importance of something like this for helping establish a better fight back amongst working people in general. And they really jumped in.
Hundreds of workers are barricaded in a business on Chicago's near North Side tonight. The Republic Windows and Door Company shut down this morning, leaving the employees out of work. The workers claim that the company violated federal and state law by closing down without giving proper notification.
The company told them on Tuesday that Friday was the last day. That's pretty raw deal.
Congressman Luis Gutierrez came into the act, tried to get the company, its primary creditor, Bank of America, and the union to sit down together. He says everyone showed except the company representative.
This is a group ready for a fight.
We put it to a vote, and workers decided that they will be staying in the plant for the remainder of the weekend.
More than 200 of Republic Window and Door's 300 union workers are staging a sit-in of sorts until they get what is legally owed to them. The union says company officials told employees they were closing shop because Bank of America would no longer extend Republic a line of credit. Bank of America wouldn't confirm that due to confidentiality concerns. Workers say the fact that Bank of America received $25 billion in the federal bailout makes this even more unacceptable.
We're angry, we're frustrated. At this point, we just don't know which end is up. We feel mistreated.
Macklin says workers are staying inside the plant not only to make a point, but to watch over remaining assets. The union's regional president says a meeting between all parties is scheduled for Monday.
Congressman Luis Gutierrez says he's seeking answers at a meeting with Republic and its lender, Bank of America, Monday afternoon. Meanwhile, the workers say they're staying put.
I'm going to stay until the end. If they tell me I have to leave, well, if they have to arrest me,
you're prepared to be arrested?
I'm prepared to be arrested if it's necessary.
Translation, we are here and we are not going anywhere.
We've been here overnight. We've been here since yesterday and we aren't going anywhere. We are committed to this.
Melvin Lackland is one of dozens of Republic Windows and Doors workers who is staying put in the company's cafeteria until he gets his remaining vacation, health care, and severance pay.
You got bailed out! We got sold out!
Saturday morning, more support for their cause came in the form of fellow union members and community groups.
It's time to say no. No more abuse of workers, and this is where we draw the line, folks.
Although the company isn't commenting, the union says Republic managers have agreed to meet and show them the financial records. Melvin Lackland says with this kind of support on the outside, he and his fellow workers will continue to camp out on the inside until they get some answers.
From all the workers and UE, I'd like to say thank you.
It wasn't just like having fun, in the park, nothing like that. It was just with responsibility. So we said, no, that's our money. We gotta take care of the windows or the machines. And we decide we make teams. Like each team have to go around the company every 10 minutes. So they could look that everything was fine. And we make another team that the ladies that were serving food to everybody. And another team that they were cleaning. Other team was watching the doors, so nobody can get in. The police and all that. I was making sure that all the doors around were closing. We went to close all the windows, all the doors, the emergency doors and all that. We lock them and all that. So that was actually my role in that day.
250 workers who were laid off but refused to leave the plant of a Chicago window maker just got some big support. First, the Reverend Jesse Jackson showed up to support the workers at Republic Windows and Doors. The plant closed suddenly this week, leaving them without vacation and severance pay. Someone else is also speaking on their behalf.
These workers, if they have earned these benefits and their pay, then these companies need to follow through on those commitments.
Workers all around the nation who are now facing massive layoffs, it's your job, it's your plant. Stay there and fight for them until justice comes, and justice will come.
Oh, pues todos estábamos felices.
Well, everybody was happy. What I saw inside was that people were very excited. They came to me and they said, "Rosie, Barack Obama said that he's impressed with us." And we're so happy to know that the people on the outside hear us and we have their support. And all that support that we got, it made us stronger. And it made us realize we had to stay. We couldn't give up the fight, and we would keep fighting until we won.
Among those taking part in the meeting besides Congressman Gutierrez, Illinois State Treasurer Alexi Giannoulias.
It's good that all the parties are going to sit down. And again, you have workers whose rights were violated, so we're going to sit down and figure out who's at fault and how we can resolve the issue.
We don't want to move from here.
An exhausted local president of the union here at Republic Windows and Doors holds the resolve of his comrades to stay at the plant. That after leaving the Bank of America building downtown with few answers after 3 hours at the negotiation table.
I can tell you that tomorrow at 1 o'clock, we're going to go back.
And even to the bank's headquarters in North Carolina.
They were supposed to then help their customers out. The same ones, like Republic Windows and Doors, who have this line of credit.
Hold on. Keep your eyes on the prize.
Nearly 1,000 individuals from various organizations joined forces with the workers from Republic Windows and Doors to rally outside Bank of America.
You know, just this morning, we received telegrams from the CGT, the great Federation of French Labor Unions. All right. From Zenroren, the giant union confederation in Japan. Good. In recent days, we have heard from the labor movement all over the world.
Bank of America got $25 billion from this bailout. And what we're saying is that there needs to be a people's bailout.
The Teamsters are out here to support the workers of UE 1110. The workers are fighting a just fight for workers across the United States.
With Bank of America, it struck a chord in me because the first thing that they said was, remember, we are an organization that's here to make money. That was the first thing that they said. You're here to make money. Okay, then wouldn't you make more money by keeping us open? You know what I'm saying? You would think, I mean, because we didn't need a whole lot of money. We needed money for day-to-day operations. This bad press is coming into place, and you're starting to lose money, and you stand a chance of now losing billions of dollars as opposed to 1.75 million. Now you want to step up, you know, which is a good thing, you know what I'm saying? And so then now they wants to help. Now they're saying, well, our only concern is for these workers. Wow. Where was the concern before the publicity? You know what I'm saying? I mean, and it wasn't just the Bank of America here. It was their branches all over. It was amazing. I couldn't have dreamed a better dream, you know, than what was taking place.
There is late word tonight that sit-in by laid-off workers at a Chicago factory is over. Just a short time ago, they voted unanimously to approve an agreement between the company, the union, and banks.
Yes, we did! Yes, we did! Yes, we did!
Congressman Luis Gutierrez says each former Republic Windows and Door employee will get 8 weeks' salary. They will also receive vacation pay and 2 months paid health care.
The occupation is over. We have achieved a victory. We say we will not go out until we get a justice, and we have it. La ocupación ha terminado. Dijimos que no saldríamos hasta obtener una victoria y la hemos logrado. ¡La tenemos!
This may be the beginning of a long struggle of worker resistance, finally. There's been too much silence and too many emails, not enough resistance.
In UE, we understand that the workers' power doesn't come from relying on lawyers or political leaders or anyone else to solve your problem for you. It comes from what power you can generate yourself.
They've really been part of the life of UE and really embodied the principles of UE, that rank and file control, that members run this union and members decide what their fate is going to be. And that was a natural thing to do then when you're faced with a crisis like this, that they're not just going to sit back and take it, they're going to fight and they're going to take control. And so it was very easy in the end to have everybody vote to stay and occupy the factory. It was a unity that was so emotional and so intense. Because in the end we felt like this was something that we were fighting for everybody.
And it was kind of amazing because I never realized that everybody's gonna in the same page. Everybody be united in that moment. Everybody be in the same idea.
As far as I'm concerned, UE is probably one of the best unions in the country because they really stood up. You know, when they first got in, they stood up for us, you know, and they made sure that we did not give up anytime.
We make the first step. We gotta keep walking.
Hold on, hold on, hold on. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on.
They won the severance and the vacation pay, which was certainly cause for their celebration. But still, of course, they were all out of a job. Until now. That's not a done deal yet, but the story is not over. And these workers are perhaps not yet done reaping the benefits of their decision to fight for their jobs and their rights. The union representing the former Republic employees says they are in the final stage, get this, of a deal for a California company to buy the former Republic Windows and Doors company, including the factory, and to put all its employees back to work. Anybody need some energy-efficient windows? Union-made in the USA?
Hold on, keep your eyes on